Hey everyone, and welcome to Red TV. My name's Hoj, I'm one of the interns here, and we have an awesome night full of really fun things planned ahead of us. If you're here to see Josh and Zach Curls get slapped with a fish, or maybe Kate O'Keefe helping Gilbert Team Preach, then you're at the right place. And with that, let's send it upstairs to get a video.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Red TV. It's your boy, Gail.
And it's your boy, Kate.
We did not plan that way, but Kate surely did it to mock me, but I'm okay with that. Kate, it's great to have you on camera this week.
I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, it's fun, and we're excited that you're here with us. Thanks so much. As you guys can see, we have our chat here. We see a lot of you already talking to each other. If you want to send a special message to me or Kate, we actually will see it on this board here. So we see kind of a little bit of a beef happening between Connor Shim and... was it Jesse? I don't know. I think Jesse was here first, but Connor was saying he was here first, and I'm not too sure, but...
Connor.
I think Jesse
I do
won.
like my cut. Thank you. And I am a G.
And I see the Spark328. You said fish slapping. This reminds you of VeggieTales now. I actually don't know what VeggieTales episode that is. Do you know?
I don't either.
I didn't watch enough VeggieTales growing up. That's a little bit unfortunate. But thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for talking to us in the chat. You can keep doing that throughout the night. Before we go to our game here tonight, as Hoj said, we have Josh and Zach Curls getting ready to slap each other with some fish. But before we do that, Kate, I know that a lot of people see you in the intern vlogs.
Yeah.
They've seen you for the weekly updates, but I feel like they don't really know you. So I want to give them a chance to get to know you personally. So tell us, what is your deepest, darkest fear?
No,
I'm just kidding.
She
didn't know I was gonna ask that. We actually said, what's something fun that you did this week? What were some of your hobbies?
To be completely honest, I'm a mega nerd, so my favorite thing to do is play D&D with my friends.
Oh, that's fun. That's a good time. How many hours would you say you spent doing that this week?
4, I think. It was somewhere around there.
That's actually a pretty considerable amount of time. I respect the hustle with that.
I know.
Any other nerdy hobbies that you want to bring us in on?
I play a lot of, online Mario Party by myself.
That's kind of sad. Wow. Well, if you'd like to play Mario Party with Kate, make sure you message her on Instagram.
Please.
What's your Instagram handle? I don't remember.
My Instagram handle is @Kate_Charlene.
Okay, there you go. So you can message her. She'll get you in a Mario Party game with her. But with that, I know you guys are really here. The heart and soul of the night is to see Josh and Zach slap each other with some fish. So without further ado, check out our game, Fish Slap.
Awesome.
Hey everyone, welcome to Fish Slap. This game is going to be super interesting because you guys can't smell how nasty and disgusting this fish smells. Pointed at me, but it smells really bad. Oh, no. So what Fish Slap is we're going to be playing blackjack, and the winner of each round will get to slap the other person with a fish. We got Zach Curls and we got Josh Curls, the two brothers, because, it's fitting. So if you guys don't know how blackjack is played, what we're going to do is we're going to give both of them one card that's going to be face down. The other one is going to be face up. And basically the goal is to get exactly 21 or at least higher than the other opponent. If you go over, well, that's it. You're out and you will get slapped with a fish. First one to win 3 rounds will be the winner and will get slapped with a fish a lot less.
Oh no.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah. I'm kind of worried about this little fin right here.
I'm just worried about the fish in general.
Yeah, I mean, I would too. But all right, so let's start with the youngest, right?
That's right. The
Josh is the
youngest.
Yeah, okay, so Josh is the youngest. All right, so we'll deal these out to you guys. Looks like we got a 6
I got
for
a
Josh
3.
and a 3 for Zach.
Let me
So
do
we're
some
looking
mental
good.
math here.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Wait, I forget the rule.
Which one of you is?
Oh no, I got it.
Which one of you is better at math?
I am.
You're better at math. Okay.
I am terrible at math.
All right. What's your call?
Hit me, Hoj.
Hit you. All right.
Yep.
Got a 5. How you feeling? Good.
I'm gonna stay here.
You're gonna stay.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
I need you to hit me as well.
Hit you?
But not with the
Alright.
fish, just. Okay, I'm staying also.
Okay.
Wait, I think if I did my math correctly.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
without further ado, so just so you guys know, Josh has a 5 and a 6. Zach has
have
an
a
8
3.
and a 3.
Yeah.
We're gonna reveal their secret card in 3, 2, 1.
Wait, I got.
Okay.
Wait, how much is a queen?
10.
He got a
Oh,
21.
I got. No. Let's go.
Is the first one to get a 21. Josh, I'm sorry, but it's time for you to get slapped with fish.
Okay.
Can I go home now, Hoj?
No.
I don't want to be here.
We have a few more rounds of
Ooh,
this.
the bottom is super wet.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't.
No.
All right.
No.
All right, make sure you slap this way. I'm gonna step out of the way a little bit.
I don't know what to do
The
with
guts
this
are
scale.
falling out.
No, they're fine.
It's fine. All right, ready?
fine. Okay,
here we
come
go.
here. Lean your face
can't-
forward.
Yeah. Ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Back away.
You tried to dodge it.
That was the worst slap I think I've ever seen, but it's fine.
He backed
you.
away. I
Thank
was unprepared for that.
All right, so currently it is 1-0. Team Zach. Team.
Yes, let's go, Team Zach.
Make sure you guys are representing your twin in the chat. All right, we're gonna go again. We're gonna start with the oldest, which I love saying that
yes,
because
sir.
obviously Josh is.
I got a 5. We're feeling good.
I got a 10. Look at that.
Okay.
I'm scared.
What's your call? What you doing?
Hit me, Hoj.
Hit you. All right. Okay.
Okay.
So we got a 5 and a 7 for Zach. What's your call, Josh?
I'm gonna stay here because I'm terrified. Zach, quick
can stay.
question. What's 7 and 5?
12. I think
put him on the spot like that, bro. You just totally.
I can't do mental math. It's 12, I promise. It's
Okay.
12, it's
So we
12.
got Josh staying. What's your call?
I'm staying as well.
do
Staying as
card.
well.
Yeah.
He wants another card.
No, you can't call that for him.
I
think I got
Okay.
I think
So we got-
I think I've already lost this one.
It's currently 10 to 12.
Yeah.
We're gonna flip the remaining card in a second. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Show it.
I busted.
9.
Oh.
So it
I went
looks
over.
like Zach, you will be getting slapped with a fish, and the score is
Oh,
currently
no.
1-1. Wow, that tail is bent.
Yeah, you leave it back. Leave it back.
Alright, bro.
That's done.
Okay, Josh, remember the mercy that I showed you in just the last
Did you hit
round?
me with this part?
I don't know.
Just
I-
pick it up, bro. Let's get this slap underway.
Okay,
Okay.
Remember the mercy that I showed you, Josh.
All right. don't kiss
Can
it.
I don't.
All right.
What do you want to name him?
We'll name him
Daryl.
Yeah,
Daryl the fish.
Daryl the fish. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
That wasn't that bad.
Bro,
Okay.
slap him hard.
No,
Slap him like he just beat you in a
No,
Among
no,
Us. Come
there's
on.
no second slap. There's no second slap. There's no
All
second
right.
slap.
These are some pretty weak slaps, but it's currently 1-1. We got
right.
a few more
Well,
rounds left.
Okay.
Let's do this
Josh,
again.
next person, whoever wins this next round, we got actually slap for real.
Yes, slap
Not
hard.
like, but like pretty hard.
Yeah, dude, pretty hard. Okay.
Okay.
Josh, what's your call? He's currently got a 3 of clubs. Zach's got a 7 of spades. What's your
me.
call? Hit him. All right. Giving him another card. We got a 5 of hearts. All right. What's your call, Zach? You staying? You
okay,
going?
this is super risky, but I think I'm gonna stay.
You're gonna stay.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's your call?
Which is a bad idea.
Okay. Got a 5 of clubs.
Okay, there's
You
no
know
way.
what?
You busted, right?
You know what? Wait.
Okay, we're gonna reveal the last card.
No. Just give me. Let me.
Are you?
This is 13.
Okay. I
Yeah.
got. Thank you.
So you
you
need
good?
an 8 to
Give me
win.
another card. Hoj.
Give. Okay, we got.
What? This might be the end of me.
We got another hit
Oh,
coming
big
from
card,
Josh.
big card. Yes, let's
Here we
go.
Wait. What was I at?
You're. This
So
is
this is
13,
13.
plus 6 is 19.
So
So yes, let's
I'm
go.
at 22.
Here comes the
no.
free
All
slap,
right, all right.
boys.
3, 2, 1. Reveal your undercard. Okay, 17 and
You busted.
Josh busted.
Yes.
So
I
Zach,
got 22. Let's go.
I was
we
one
go.
over.
All right.
Slap him hard. The chat wants to see
right.
one of you guys get slapped with a fish. Not not lightly, not like
Okay.
I'm doing.
dude, hard.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. You can't dodge it this
Yeah,
time.
close
Like
your
just,
eyes.
just close
No,
your eyes.
I don't wanna close-
No, just close your eyes. Let Daryl be a surprise to your face.
Ready? Here we
Oh,
go.
Look, it's
Chat,
bend. It's
count
it's
down with
wiggling
us.
when you shake
Yeah.
it. It's
3, 2, 1.
Okay, do it again.
All right.
Stay still. Close your eyes.
It's
Close
a
your eyes.
force of habit.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
No.
Close your eyes.
3,
No, I'm not closing my eyes.
2, 1.
Let's go. That was
was a
still pretty
slap.
loud.
Okay.
That was still pretty
It
loud.
is currently 2 to 1.
2 to 1. All right.
There's
do I,
fish
if I
juice
win
on
the
that
next
card.
round, do I win?
Yes. So
great.
we're playing to 3, just in case I didn't mention that. I think
Okay,
I did.
great.
But
I want another slap. I want to hit him.
it is currently a game point. How you feeling?
Not too good, honestly.
right.
I'm definitely gonna have a lot of acne
Okay.
in like one spot.
Yes. Yes.
All right,
I-
Zach, call it.
Well, so I got a 4.
Yeah.
So hit me, Hodge. I got
Alright.
it. Yeah.
Got a 6. So he's currently at 10 without his
Okay.
secret card being revealed.
Okay,
What's your call?
He needed that now.
I feel comfortable with this.
He's taking it. He's got another 10.
Oh wait, so he just loses now.
just busted.
Yes. Wait, it doesn't matter though, because I got a 21 either way. What? Let's go. What? Let's go, boys. Team Zach for the
Wow.
win.
All right. Well,
No, you put the fish down.
No,
I
want to do it.
No,
I wanna do it.
No, there's no more
Max
fish
Hook.
slapping.
that's not how that works.
No.
All right.
Give me Daryl.
Here comes the final slap. Team Zach, you are
right.
victorious. Let's
Let's go, boys.
Celebrate the slap.
Celebrating victory.
I like you,
All right,
G.
all right. Close your eyes.
No, I don't wanna close
This
my
is
eyes.
gonna be pretty hard.
No, what?
going
This is
hard.
the hardest in the world.
No,
All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1. It's splattered.
Yo, that went in my ear. Don't. Give me the fish.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Well, GG. It is Team Zach for the win. Team
let's
Josh.
go, boys.
Good. No, please. Team Josh, good try. If you voted for Team Zach, congrats. If you voted for Team Josh, well, I guess you're wrong. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this game, and we'll see what we have next week.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
That was great.
It was beautiful.
That final slap was everything I wanted it to be. Man.
Also, my favorite play-by-play is Connor Shim down here saying, "I like ya cut G smack" in asterisks. That's my favorite.
That was pretty good. I also like Sean Connor's slight typo when he said "I can't breathe" and he just said "I can breathe" in all caps. That was probably my favorite commentary. that made me
it was so great.
chuckle. But thank you so much for playing, Josh and Zach. Thanks so much for being part of our game.
Yeah.
We're gonna transition into our talk now. And
Yeah.
again, Kate, I want to say thanks so much for being here and being a part of this.
I'm super excited to be here with you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. So here's what I want to do. I want to set the stage for those of you who haven't tuned in for the past couple weeks. Let me kind of give some context to what we've been talking about here. And this is our last week talking about this, but one of the ideas that's really interesting to discuss in 2020, I think, is the idea of what it means to be a neighbor to someone.
Yeah.
Because if you go back in time, even just 20, 30 years, being a neighbor was someone that you were physically close to. Maybe it'd be someone actually in your neighborhood, in your city, maybe at best your state. You know, you could expand that kind of thinking. But really, your city or your neighborhood is who you define your neighbor. So you'd wake up on Saturday morning, you go outside. Those are the people that you'd see often in your life. But with the advancement of technology, we have a lot more exposure to different kinds of people throughout the world. And we don't just have physical neighbors anymore. We have digital neighbors, right? They're out there. You can, right now, a 13-year-old can get on their phone, go on TikTok, go on Instagram, go on Snapchat, and you can have access to a whole bunch of different people all across the world. You have access to the internet, and with that comes the awareness and the exposure to different ideas, different beliefs, different thoughts. And when those two things combined, there can often be a firestorm of problems. So with an exposure and awareness to other people in the world comes an exposure to those people's maturity levels when discussing a difference of opinion. And I think you can even see this in the political debate last night. It seems like both sides were really going at each other. And I remember going on TikTok and Instagram as it was happening, and people were making videos, people were talking about how they thought both sides was wrong and all these different things. And then people are chatting at each other in the comments, saying a lot of intense things to each other. And I think one of the things that teenagers today have to deal with that even just 15, 20 years ago, it just wasn't the same kind of thing, is how do we interact with people now that we're so much closer, so much faster to each other? How do we interact with one another in a way that actually reflects God, but also like allows us to make friends and build relationships peacefully. I think that's a really interesting problem that Gen Z feels. Like as a millennial, we had a little bit of an exposure to that because Facebook became a thing when I was in high school, which like there was no other real social media before that. But nowadays, even 7 and 8 year olds know what TikTok is. They know what Facebook is. They know what Instagram is. They're used to FaceTiming their grandparents, whereas we didn't have that growing up. If I wanted to talk to someone, I had to go on the phone. So we're discussing the idea of like, how do we treat our neighbors and what are the rules of engagement and how do we define this? So for tonight's story, we're going to dive into Luke chapter 6, verse 35 through 36, Kate. And I know you're very familiar with this because you went through the Leadership Academy,
Yeah.
you know the story, but this is the Sermon on the Mount that Jesus is doing. And long story short, this is some of the most discourse teaching heavy that we have from Jesus, like out of all the other teachings. So like a lot of the other stories, it'll be a little bit of Jesus teaching and then like a lot of narrative on what's happening in the Jesus teaching. But this is just back to back to back to back to back things. And he would have been sitting on a mountain, hence the name Sermon on the Mount, teaching people all different kinds of things. And with this amount of teaching, I don't know about you, Kate, but when I would sit in class and a teacher would just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and not really like pause or give moments to ask questions or tell funny stories, it kind of felt like it drowned out in my head a little bit, like I lost focus. And if you're reading these chapters, sometimes that can happen to you because like all of the text is red. So if you haven't like, maybe you read it on your phone and you don't have the red text thing, but anytime you see red text in the Bible, it's Jesus speaking and it's just chapter after chapter after chapter of red text. And it can just be kind of a blur after some point. But what I want to do is I want to like analyze who Jesus was talking to, because that gives us important information on why he was saying what he was saying. And when I see that red text or I see all of that back to back to back to back, I typically tune out a little bit and I forget, oh, Jesus was talking to real people. He was saying things to people that mattered and that had feelings and thoughts and emotions and opinions. So I want to give you some context for that because I think that by doing so, you'll be able to see some of yourself in these people. So here's what you need to know about the Israelites that Jesus was teaching to. So first and foremost, they were conquered by the Romans. So they were like a vassal state where they had to pay a lot of tributes and taxes. They couldn't have a standing army. They were allowed to have some local bodies of government and minor enforcement. But other than that, like the Romans ruled everything. Yeah. So in addition to being conquered by the Romans, the people they had that were in governmental power at the time were pretty abusive of it. They weren't good, upstanding people that had character and integrity. They were really like manipulating a lot of things and people were pointing fingers at each other. They were oppressed by their religious leaders of the day, and they had a lot of problems with their neighbors, the Samaritans, who were like half their beliefs, half other people's beliefs. And they had like land disputes and they would get in arguments a lot. And one of the things that the Israelites expected of Jesus as the Messiah is that when he came, he would have not just a spiritual reign, but an actual physical reign. A lot of people thought that would be the case. And so as they're listening to Jesus talk about enemies and neighbors and like attitudes and beliefs, they're thinking this is something he's going to physically do while he's here. And they're probably, if I'm jumping into the text here a little bit, I would imagine if I was one of them, I would be hoping, I hope Jesus does something to kind of fix these problems. I hope he gets rid of the Roman government. I hope he fixes the corrupt officials and the corrupt religious leaders and like our neighbors that are pains in the butts. I hope Jesus comes and like gets rid of these problems for us because it feels kind of like a standoff. Now, for those of you who've seen The Office, you know there's this one scene where Andy, Dwight, and Michael all have finger guns pointing at each other and they're like acting this kind of thing out. And that's like, I think how they felt is they're like, I don't want to put down my gun because if I do, you're going to shoot me. So you put down your gun first, but the other person's thinking, I'm not going to put down my gun first. And there's just a lot of tension that's there. And they're asking themselves the question like, how do I even deal with these amount of problems? And that's where I think teenagers, Kate, have the same kind of feeling. Is I think teenagers with an access to this kind of information, but also the pressures of a modern world. You know, I've had teenagers tell me that they feel like attacked online, like, you know, with their social media. They feel attacked by teachers, sometimes parents, sometimes siblings, sometimes friends, ex-boyfriends and girlfriends, janitors at schools, someone they met in the grocery store. They're feeling a lot of pressure come at them, and it's hard for them to understand or hard for them to know, how do I handle this? Because it feels like there's just a lot of tension. And as we were preparing for this message, we were talking about a time specifically in your life where you felt the same kind of way.
Yeah, I had a big time in my life that was like that. I felt that I wasn't being treated the way I wanted to be treated, and that happened in 9th grade. I was new into high school. It was my first year. Like, everybody knows kind of what it's like to be a freshman if you're a freshman and after. I had a teacher who I would go to her class. It was my biology class, so all of us know biology kind of sucks. But she was my teacher, and I always felt like she was a little angry with me, and I was already at home. I was going through a divorce with my parents, and I felt like everybody was angry at me. So when I went to that class, I always felt like she was picking on me a little bit, and she kind of was. She would hand me my tests folded so it looked like I failed them, and things like I had my hand up for, she wouldn't call on me, but then I didn't have my hand up, and she would call on me and make me a little bit embarrassed. And it was always feeling like I was being bogged down by this teacher and how she was treating me. And a lot of that just kept building up and building up. And I just didn't know what to do about it. It was really hard.
Yeah, and I've heard so many teenagers, I feel like, tell the same story about a teacher that has it out for them, or a coach that like doesn't let them start because they're playing some kind of politics on the field. And with that in mind, I want to read you Jesus' response to these people, because I think it applies in your situation, Kate.
Yeah.
Or it did apply in your situation, it applies in all of our situations. And this is what he says in verse 35 and 36 of Luke 6. He says, "But love your enemies, do good to them, and lend to them without expecting to get anything back. Then your reward will be great, and you will be children of the Most High, because he is kind to the ungrateful and the wicked. Be merciful, just as your Father is merciful." And here's the interesting thing. Again, people are expecting Jesus to like say some things that maybe would change their external circumstances and all the things that are going on. But what Jesus here is, he actually says something that I think is very powerful. It says God loves the unkind and the wicked.
Yeah.
God has a heart for them. He's not just out there to like smite people, you know. He actually cares about them. And it says, what Jesus said to them, he said, hey, like fixing a political figure, fixing the broken power systems, fixing the financial pressures that you're feeling, fixing the problems you have with your neighbors, none of that stuff is actually going to really fix the problem, because the problem is not as much that as it is our own attitudes and beliefs to it. And he says mercy, like be merciful just as our Father is merciful. And that kind of brings us to our main point for the night, which is this, is that mercy is really the only medicine that can heal someone. So, you know, I think it's easy even nowadays to look around at political, financial, talking about border disputes, talking about all sorts of things that you want to look in politics or in school. And it's easy to look at another side or look at another person and say like, yeah, they just don't understand this. You need to fix this problem and this would solve things. But what Jesus is saying is, he's saying, hey, it might actually, like, the problem might actually be them, but as much as it is our perspective on it. So the teacher that's bullying you at school, you know, maybe the reason why they're ousting you and they have something against you is actually not because of you, but it's because they're twice divorced and their kids don't want to hang out with them. I know that's like a dark thought, but there's a lot of teachers out there, there's a lot of people out there who've had that happen to them, and they don't know how to handle their bitterness and their pain, so they lash out in the world. And that's why Jesus wants us to look through the eyes of mercy and not through the eyes of revenge or trying to right things, as much as it is like trying to understand and have compassion and be kind to them, because that's the way Jesus can change lives. And I know that your story actually has like kind of a cool ending with that.
Yeah, so me and my family were newly Christians back then, and a thing that I went to my mom with, I was telling her about this biology teacher and how rude she was being to me and how I wanted something to change in the situation so that she would feel bad for the way that she was treating me. But my mom said, you know what, you should go up to her with kindness and maybe you'll get a response back, or maybe you'll make her feel bad for what she's doing. But that's not what happened at all. I went in there with kindness and respect for this teacher, and sooner rather than later, I started getting kindness back. And that is a really big testament to what we were talking about. When I gave her kindness and mercy, she gave me kindness and mercy back, and at the end of the year, she actually apologized to me.
Yeah.
She was very honest with it and was like, I'm so sorry that I did this to you.
Yeah, and I wish we could like go back and like play like alternate timeline things for a moment and see what your life would have looked like had you responded intensely and with anger. What would have happened? Because that, like, we can't ever know. But I can't imagine it would have been that. I can't imagine she would have been like, oh, I'm sorry, let me apologize, you know?
Yeah. If I went out went at her with anger, I feel like I would have gotten a detention and then probably kicked out of the class.
Yeah, exactly. Because mercy is really the thing that fixes things.
Yeah.
So when we choose to look at the world and look at our problems through the eyes of mercy and compassion, there's something that changes within us, and it gives us, I think, the heart of God in that situation. So
Yeah.
with that in mind, Kate and I want to give you just a couple practical tips on this idea of mercy, because we know that like this is kind of a Bible-y term, the idea of mercy, or maybe like I've seen it in memes a couple times, but it's not a word that we use normally. But let me just define this. Here's the first thing. Ready? So having mercy is not the same thing as letting someone walk all over you. So if you're getting bullied, if someone's texting you mean things, it's totally okay to block them. You don't have to have that coming into you. It doesn't mean like you have to leave that channel open.
Yeah.
But what it means is that your first reaction is not emotional or physical or mental, but it's a spiritual reaction. And it's choosing to say, I know this thing really hurts what this person is saying or this person has done to me, but I'm going to try to look at them through a different lens. I'm going to choose to forgive them, and I'm going to try to act as kind as I can to them in hopes that God would do something in their life. Because again, God loves the wicked and he loves the unkind, not because he loves those actions, but because he really does want all of us to have a relationship with him.
Yeah, and a real big thing that you can do is identify why you feel that way and who you feel that way too. It's not that much of a question of what you're feeling, because of course you know what you're feeling and how you're feeling, but it's more to identify who you're feeling that with and the big reason why. I find myself all the time being mad at somebody for a reason that I think I am. Like, I think that I'm mad at them for this very, like, surface reason, but it's just, like, a deeper problem with myself.
Yeah, and a good way to know actually if you are bitter at someone right now is as we were talking about this, if you were thinking, yeah, there's someone in my life that's just really annoying and I hate this. If you were thinking that as we were talking that, well, hey, some good news is that's probably the person you need to have mercy on. And here's the last thing, and this is to challenge you if that is you, is find some way this week that you can choose to be kind to them and have mercy to them.
Yeah.
So maybe this is like an ex-boyfriend that's been saying bad stuff about you around school. Instead of bashing him to your friends, you can choose to speak positively about him. Not saying again that you're gonna pretend like he hasn't said bad things. You'd be like, yeah, I know he said some really painful things, but I'm just gonna choose to think that one day we're gonna be able to get over this. And even though maybe we can't be friends, we can at least be on good terms because I think he's a good person. That kind of response will shock people around you because you're calling the person who's making fun of you or saying things about you a good person and choosing to give them that benefit of the doubt. That's the kind of way that you can change someone's life. So with that, let's pray to close, and then we have one last game before you go. So let's pray. God, thank you so much for tonight. Thank you so much for modeling what it means to have mercy and grace and kindness in the lives of our enemies. And I pray right now that you would speak to each and every single student here and who they need to have mercy and kindness to, God. In your name we pray, and everybody said, amen.
Amen.
Now, again, Kate, we have one last game here. This one I'm really excited for because this actually I think was maybe a game that we've done a long time ago, and I don't know of anyone that still does this because I feel like you would eventually see TikToks of it or things like that.
Definitely.
But there's an app called Speech Jammer, so I would recommend after this broadcast download it because it's really fun. But here's basically the way it's going to be played. So we have a phone and we have a set of headphones, and what it does is the app plays what you're saying backwards in a delayed fashion into your own ears, and it makes it really hard to say things clearly, and you sound like you were born with like half a tongue and like too many teeth in your mouth. So we were trying this in the office today, and it was interesting to see the different reactions. So like you have a tendency to speak slower.
Oh yeah.
I have a tendency to like repeat myself. So I'll say the same thing like that over and over and over again without trying to, just because of the way it distorts your ears. So Kate, we're gonna start with you.
Oh no.
I'm gonna give you the headphones in.
Oh, great.
Kate has a set of cards. You can choose to be on Team Kate or Team Gil here. Doesn't matter what. But let me know when you're ready.
Oh no. I'm already nervous.
I'm so ready for this. Okay, so I'm starting it now. Is it too loud? Here, I'll turn it down.
Oh,
it is too loud.
Oh no.
Okay, and I'll read you the card of what she has to say once it's done, because I don't think she's gonna be able to do this.
Oh. This is already gonna be bad. Luke likes licks. Luke Duck likes licks. Luke licks licks.
Oh my gosh. Is that it?
Licks.
Okay, so here's the same thing. It says Luke Luck likes lakes. Luke's duck likes lakes. Luke's luck licks lakes. Luke's duck licks lakes. It's like a bunch of tongue twisters.
Oh man.
That was good. All right, let's do one more. I like
Oh,
that. That was
gosh.
great. That was a good one. That was fantastic.
I can't. Oh no. It's all W's.
Oh yes, W's are the best for this, by the way. I'm a big fan of W's.
Willie wooden whistle. Wooden whistle when Willie went wild.
Wait, was that it?
Yeah.
That was it. Okay. So she said, Willie's wouldn't whistle when Willie went wild. That's what she was trying to say.
Yes.
Now, again, I just want to encourage you. I know you can't hear what we're hearing, but again, imagine you're saying something and then like half a second later, you're hearing yourself say it. Like you can't hear anything else in this headphones except your own voice saying it later, but you're also trying to read what's on the card.
No, it's so bad.
Here we go. We're gonna trade
Oh
now.
goodness. Here you go.
Low-key nervous. Okay. All right.
You
So
should be a little nervous.
headphones are on. I think you have to
Oh,
hit the
gosh.
start button here.
Yes. Okay. Get your card out. Let's make this
Okay.
ready.
I want to make sure it's loud
I'm
enough.
so excited
Can
for
you
him
get, I
to
want to
do
make
this.
sure. I want to make sure it's
Yeah.
loud enough. Okay. So.
Here you are.
All right. So I'm talking, but it's.
You act like I was bad.
I don't know how bad it sounds, but it feels like
Yeah.
it sounds really bad.
Okay, you ready?
Oh no.
You got this. I believe in him. I have belief in you.
Okay.
Oh man.
One smart fellow, he felt smart.
Uh-huh.
Two smart fellows, they felt smart. Three smart fellows, they all felt smart.
Yes.
How bad was that?
It was okay. Like
Was it
I
actually?
knew what you were saying.
It's so disorienting. It's like so
let me read
eke-hooey.
Echoey.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more.
One smart fellow, he felt smart. Two fart.
Okay.
See, I can't even do it. I can't
was-
even do it.
Okay.
Try it one more time.
All right, this is a shorter one.
Shorter one.
I can't do this.
Oh no.
I said this. Okay. A loyal warrior will rarely worry why we wool. Wool. That was good.
A loyal warrior will rarely worry why we roll. I can't even do it.
I am done with that. That was
Oh my god.
that was the worst decision we've ever made for
I
Red
did
here.
say fart, and I want to like highlight Lori. Two fart smellos, haha.
Wait, did you said fart or I
Yeah,
said
I
smart?
tried to read the smart one, but I just couldn't. I couldn't
man.
do it.
Okay, so again, that app is called Speech Jammer. We'd encourage you to check it out. In addition to Among Us and Fall
Yeah.
Guys that you've been playing, add that to your list.
Oh.
But thanks
Among
again.
Us, add me. I usually play Cyan. I am always sus. Constantly sus.
In the game and in real life. But with that, we will see you next time. Thanks so much for being here for Red TV.
Yeah.